Hey, and welcome to the Crew Podcast. We are the hottest podcast rocking right now. We are currently looking for 6 amazing hosts to join our family for season 2 that will kick off February the 1st, 2024. If you're looking for an opportunity to allow your voice, your perspective, and your brand to be heard around the world and seen around the world, then join the Crew Podcast.
Aspiring Authors Magazine is a founding sponsor for Da Crew Podcast. Get featured inside the magazine and allow your voice to be heard around the world.
Aspiring Authors Magazine is an international magazine founded in May of 2020 by Queen
Publishing. We are committed to helping our authors reach their goals and pursue their dreams of becoming published authors. We work closely with each author to ensure a successful publishing experience and dedicated to helping them tell their stories in the most impactful and meaningful ways. So stop procrastinating and let's get started with writing their book.
Hey, welcome to the Crew Podcast. I am the visionary Queen Angela. Imagine a state where justice is not blind, but rather she wears a blindfold that has been corrupted by greed and power. A state where the very institution that is meant to uphold the law has been tainted by the root of corruption. Welcome to the state of Texas, where the parole board and other aspects of the judicial system has become a breeding ground for dishonesty and injustice. If you guys have been following me, you guys know that I have been sharing some stories of individuals that are currently incarcerated within the TDCJ, which is the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. We know that in most states, when you go into the Department of Corrections, into these facilities, the sole purpose is to rehabilitate. There's some type of rehabilitation program, where the state of Texas truly do not believe in rehabilitation. And there has been a pattern of misconduct and a pattern of denial, and where they just been keeping things from those that are incarcerated, things that will help them to re enter society and to get back into society. I know you guys are probably expecting to have Miss Tina Durham on tonight, but she had an emergency, and she's not able to be here with me tonight. But nevertheless, we will get her back on the beginning of the year. As we close out, one thing about being a podcaster, being a host, you have to be prepared to adapt. I know a lot of times when your guests don't show up, a lot of hosts like to cancel their shows, or they don't know what to do. Um, that's life. Emergencies happen, things happen, and we have to learn to adapt. I always take every opportunity as an opportunity to share. There's always something. If you are passionate about what you're doing, there should always be a topic that you can chime in on, that you can talk about for at least 30 minutes to an hour without having a guest or without having people chime in. And that's something that as you grow and become more aware of podcasting and a lot of the things that that you'll learn along the way. Like we don't know it all. And some of us, we y'all see us doing this. We've been doing it for a while. Some of us have been doing this for a while. You look at some of the hosts over on the network that I'm on, they've been doing it 10, 13 years. So they can do it with ease, with the breeze. When I first came on, I struggled. I struggled to hold a 30-minute show. Now it becomes second nature because you develop these things that you are passionate about, things that you can talk about, things that you can, engage with people about. And right now I'm on this Texas corruption in the state of Texas, this parole board. Here lately, I've been focused on the food situation, the housing situation, and a lot of the things that's taking place inside of TDCJ. One of the concerns right now is food with some of the inmates say they're maggots. Some of the inmates are saying that they are wheat bugs. Regardless of what they are, they're not supposed to be in food that you consume, that you are feeding the inmates, regardless of what kind of creatures they are or insects they are. They should not be in food that you are serving inmates, regardless of the crime, regardless of the time, regardless of the situation. They are humans and they deserve to be treated like humans. Wholesome meals. No, they may not get the 5-star meals. We're not asking for you to give them caviar. We're not asking for you to feed them crab legs and lobster, but feed them food that will nurture their bodies and allow them to be filled and not malnourished, and that's how we're asking. We're not asking for a whole lot. We're not asking for luxury. We're not asking for extra. We're not asking for anything out of the extraordinary. We're just asking for individuals to do their jobs and to make sure that what is supposed to be done is being done within these facilities. And that's not what's happening. And we need to make sure that this is what's happening. So um, y'all, as y'all continue to support me here on the Crew Podcast and here on whatever platform I may be on, sharing about the Free Texas campaign and sharing about the things that is taking place in the state of Texas. Y'all, there's a urgent cry for you know people to wake up and to see what has been plaguing the state of Texas for decades. We talk about 3 to 4 decades of corruption. This is not stuff that just happened overnight. This is stuff that people have been turning a blind eye and a closed ear to for decades. And it's time that it stopped. Again, I say, imagine a state where justice is not blind, but where there wears a blindfold that has been corrupted by greed and power. Y'all, it's time for it to stop. Yeah, I have some special guests that's stopping by. Um, Voices from behind the walls, voices from within TDCJ, and we are allowing them to share their story. I have someone on the line. They're live in on the line right now, and I want them to introduce themselves. If you would, please introduce yourself.
My name is Jimmy Johnson L. ID number is 01898717. Currently being incarcerated at the John B. Colony Unit in Kennedy, Texas. Currently serving a 45-year sentence for aggravated robbery that was enhanced with a prior conviction. That's how I got to 45 years. Right now, I'm fighting my case because in February the 22nd, 2022, the courts sent me some paperwork called a non-proton order, informing me that the prior conviction that was used to enhance my sentence to 45 years was erroneous and improper. But yet, the courts failed to correct any and all legal documents, judgments, and indictments that was connected to this.
Okay. See, I gotta stop you. Okay. Because I want people to truly understand what you just said. Because what you just said to people outside, people that's free in the free world, it makes no sense to us. Because how can they tell you that the information is erroneous and it's not acceptable that makes no sense to me. They're telling you that they did something wrong. In other words, they did something wrong. If you did something wrong, then why have you not corrected it? That's what I'm hearing. Now, make me understand this. Now, if they said they acknowledged that they did something wrong, these people sent you. You didn't ask for this. They sent it to you, telling you that they did something wrong. Okay, go ahead.
So the head district attorney in Harris County, Ms. Kim Ogg, and the trial court judge in the 180th District Court in Harris County sent me this non-proton order. That stating that the prior conviction that they used to enhance my sentence was erroneous. But they left it right there.
Okay, so if that's the case, then if you know that y'all did this, that y'all did erroneous charges, then what are y'all doing to correct this? Because y'all did this. You didn't do it. They did it. So what are they doing to correct this? And how can you send somebody that and still have them incarcerated?
Yeah. Right now, I'm doing an illegal sentence. My sentence right now is illegal because the punishment range, without that erroneous prior conviction, the punishment range changed, meaning that I could have gotten less than 45 years, way less than 45 years without the erroneous prior conviction. But right now, as of this date, on my judgment for the aggravated robbery, it still has the prior conviction, which was tamper with a dead body. It don't even exist no more. On my indictment for the aggravated robbery, it got tamper with a dead body. It don't even exist no more. But yet it's still there. Rendering my sentence illegal, which the court's supposed to bring me back to court and re-sentence me without the enhancement. Right now, I have 11 years in on a 45. They can bring me back and re-sentence me and I can go home. But I can't, for some reason, they won't let me get in front of a judge and explain my situation.
So what is the reason? So what is the reason for them not bringing you back to court? So have you contacted someone? Have you reached out to someone? Were you assigned a public defender when you were first sentenced?
Yes, ma'am. Not a public defender, but a court-appointed attorney.
Yeah, that's what we call them, public defenders.
Yeah, the court-appointed attorney, Mr. Jerome Gardinich, who was appointed to my case, wasn't working for me. He was working for the state. Basically.
Yeah, that's basically what they do, and that's what we've come to fill out.
It was his job. It was his job to investigate the prior conviction, and he didn't. He never investigated the prior conviction. So I unknowingly pleaded true to a crime that I didn't even know that I was pleading true to. You know what I mean? And it wasn't my fault, it was his fault. Because that was his job to investigate it before I pleaded true to it. You know, but I wrote lawyers, several lawyers. I wrote the lawyer, Miss Allie Booker in Houston, sent her all of my paperwork, that the court sent me showing all this. I wrote a lawyer, David Shulman, in Austin, Texas. Sent him all my paperwork, explaining the whole situation, no response.
So have you contacted any of the local law schools to see if they would assist them?
I contacted the Innocence Project, Texas University of Texas Innocence Project Network, and I filled out the applications and the consent forms, and so far it's been 5 months. They had my case. They said they was doing an investigation. I sent them all my paperwork. They said they was doing an investigation, but I haven't heard nothing back in 5 months. I guess they still doing their investigation.
Well, it may take them a while, but I see that they in Milwaukee, somewhere up north.
Right.
The Innocence Project they just freed a young man, 36 years old. He was 16 years old when he went to prison.
Right.
All kind of they violated his rights in so many different ways, and he shouldn't have even been incarcerated, but he did 20 years, and they ended up having to apologize, and that man, they finna have to pay that man for all that time, and the state of Texas, that's what they afraid of. But I keep telling people, and I'm not going to stop telling them, if you're in the state of Texas, yeah, there's so much that has taken place in the state of Texas that it's sad. If you have a family member that's incarcerated, yeah, I'm telling you, stand up for your family member. Investigate these charges in this time that they've been given. You got to look at and observe what is going on with your family member, because what these people are banking on is that these people have nobody on the outside that will care and will fight for them. And they know what they're doing is wrong. They know what they're doing is inhumane. They know what they're doing. Every day I wake up and I get a phone call or an e-message from somebody saying that this is taking place, this is taking place. And I'm just sitting here listening to all of these people, and it's a pattern of wrongful and overly incarcerated people in the state of Texas. And it's sad.
Most of us, like myself, we got the paperwork from the court to prove and show that they're wrong. Got all the paperwork now. This is not paperwork that I generated. This is paperwork that they gave me, telling me that they messed up, telling me that they're wrong, but yet they ain't trying to fix it.
I'm sitting here listening to you. I listened to 4 or 5 other cases, the same thing, where the court has contacted these people and told them, well, if this is correct, or if this is correct, and this is this, and this is that, and this is that, then you shouldn't even be incarcerated. This should be vacated. If you know this should be vacated, if you know this should be that, and this should be that, then why can't you get up off your butt and go walk over there and tell somebody and make the door swing open? That's what that's all I want, is the people that is throwing around all of this, because what is happening is people are afraid to turn one stone, because they know if they turn one stone, they're gonna have to turn another one and turn another one until all the stones are turned. And see, they've been covering up stuff for decades. And see, they're afraid to unleash this stuff, because once they unleash, a whole bunch of stuff is going to be uncovered. But guess what? It can't be stopped now. It can't be stopped now. It's especially with what's going on with the juveniles. As soon as these juvenile people get hope to get wind of what's going on with these lost juvenile records, they're not going to be able to hide it long. You know how many juveniles are locked up that could be home free? That could remedy this problem of overcrowding, the problem of understaffed. Like all these people that are incarcerated, overly incarcerated, and wrongfully incarcerated, if these people were home with their families, they wouldn't have to worry about not not being staffed. They won't have to worry about the extra suicide watch, because guess what? People wouldn't be on suicide watch because they would be home. They would be home with their families. See, a lot of this trauma has been brought on by being in prison. A lot of these people didn't have these issues until they came to prison. And I hear over and over again, I hear these inmates say, if you wasn't a criminal when you came, you're gonna be one when you leave. You're gonna be a better criminal. You're gonna because that's all they teach you. They don't teach you to rehabilitate. They're not teaching rehabilitation. They're taking everything out of the prison system that would help these people, help them enter society. They're taking all the schooling away. They're taking all the trades away. They're taking all the classes away so that they can better themselves and prepare themselves to be back in society. Like the whole gist of prison is supposed to be to rehabilitate. But I've come to realize that it's all about money and power. In the state of Texas, it's all about money and power. You look at the 6 states that do not pay their prisoners to perform work. You look at those 6 states. Texas is one of them. South Carolina is another. You look at the 6 states, and it tells you about these 6 states. It tells you about the people that run these 6 states. And then you look at the people that have been in control of these 6 states. Why they're not progressing? Because they're getting free labor. Guess what this free labor is? Another form of slavery. You look at the amount of people that are incarcerated. Look who's behind these prison walls. You look who's behind the prison walls. It ain't the people that's sitting in these offices. They don't look like us. And then you talk about how they end up putting our brothers and sisters behind prison walls. Falsified documents, rubber stamping indictments. You talk about the paper play scandals. You talk about the paid. We call them public defenders here where I'm from, but we talk about these public defenders that goes on to become assistant district attorneys, that goes on to become a district attorneys, and then they come on and go on up the ladder and get on the appeal court, different courts, and then they begin to take over. And then they lock out these inmates that they put in prison. Because every time they come up for parole, guess what? They can offset them. They can deny them. They can kick them off. They can do what they want to do. Because guess what? They controlling everything. Y'all, it gotta stop. It gotta stop. You talking about you listen to this man.
One of the main things in Texas right now is dealing with the habeas corpus 1107 writs too, because without a lawyer, we doing them on our own pro se. So when we file these writs, we give them all the evidence they ask for, showing that we need some type of relief for the mistakes that they made. And we file these writs with the courts. The courts play games. And instead of sending them where they're supposed to go, they send them straight to the Court of Criminal Appeals. And the Court of Criminal Appeals are rubber stamping them denied without a written order. You know what I mean? And they're not giving the reason why they denied without a written order. And they come to find out that the trial court is not even looking at the habeas writs.
Yeah, they're not looking at them. They just stamping them. They just stamping them and denying them. That's what they're doing. Because let me tell you, y'all can make more money to them right there sitting in prison than y'all can on y'all own making money for yourself. People just don't understand.
So So we need help. And we need help. We need some lawyers that's going to willing to do some pro bono work, you know what I mean, and look at these cases, you know what I mean, and help people that's ready to get out of prison, get back to their families, be productive citizens in the society. Because there's a lot of us in here that change our lives in here. You know what I mean? Literally. We've been here so long, we can change our lives. You know what I mean? We ain't the people that we used to be. You know what I mean? I'm not professing to be an angel or anything like that. A lot of us ain't. But we're not the same people we was 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago. You know, we rolled up in prison.
And people have to understand that. Because even people on the outside, a lot of us, we've made mistakes. A lot of us could be right there. But we're not the same people that we were 10 years ago. We're not the same people that we were last week. Every day we are growing and developing, moving forward. But the state of Texas don't believe in rehabilitation. They don't believe in second chances. They don't believe that people change, but people do. And it's been proven all over the world that people do change.
Texas right now, in their 40s on up, locked up 10, 20, 30 years. Ain't nobody thinking about breaking no crime. We're trying to get home to our families. You know what I mean?
And that's what exactly. And that's what I was saying. A lot of these people that we're talking about, man, these people in their 50s, their 60s, and their 70s. What? Who gonna break the law and go back after they already been in there? They already been in there. You talking about 25, 30? Somebody said the other day, 40 years that somebody's been locked up. Who wants to break the law and end up back there when you've already seen most of your life there? You've lost so much, and then the majority of y'all have been there wrongfully. So you've lost so much of your life that you can't get back. No amount of money can replace the trauma that you've endured in that place and out of that place. Not only that, the trauma that you have caused your family, because guess what? The absence from your family.
Yeah. They doing time with us.
Exactly. And that's what people don't understand. People don't understand that. These representatives, they go home to their families every night. But these are the ones that have the power to make these decisions and uphold these laws that they put in place. These are laws that they have in place, and they won't even uphold the laws. I constantly reach out to Ron Reynolds and Carlos Sherman, Monica De La Cruz. But these people can go home. They can enjoy their families every single night. I see them on social media. They get to enjoy milestones. But so many of y'all have missed out on milestones because of the state of Texas. The state of Texas have caused so many people's lives to be altered. And this is these things that cannot be taken back. Things that cannot be taken back. But I thank you for coming on and shedding light to.
I'm not gonna give up the fight, and I hope nobody else give up on the fight. You know what I mean? Y'all out there keep praying for us. Keep pushing forward. Keep trying to assist us the best y'all can. That's all we can do is the best we can in here. Keep fighting our cases. Keep writing the courts. Try to get lawyers to take our case. You know what I mean? Keep sending our paperwork where it needs to be sent. You know what I mean? And just hope and pray that God take care of the rest.
That's it.
Because a lot of us changing here. A lot of us have God in our life. We're not the same people we used to be anyway, period.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we deserve a second chance. You know what I mean? We deserve a second chance.
Right.
We're human.
Right. So we're definitely putting out a plea tonight. If there's someone that is tuning in, if you are a lawyer, you do legal work, they're in desperate, dire need of your assistance within the TDCJ. Wow. I've had several complaints about the food within TDCJ. Before we leave, I would like for you to shed some light on that. that situation in Connolly. What is the food like in Connolly?
Food is terrible. To be blunt, you know what I mean. A lot of Johnnies. Johnnies is a brown paper bag with a peanut butter sandwich that consists of one pancake and a biscuit and half a white foam cup of grits is a breakfast lately for the last couple of days. You know, regular Johnnies in the afternoon or in the evening will be a peanut butter sandwich, cornbread, some type of meat sandwich, barbecue beef or something like that with a baby size scoop on the bread. And it's cold. It's not hot. It's cold. You know, it's sad because they got the food up the kitchen, but for some reason they act like they don't want to give it to us like they're supposed to give it to us. They're not giving us the proper amount. They're not getting the proper nutrition. But we write grievances, we make complaints. There ain't nothing being done about it. Nothing being done about it. We need outside help.
Well,
do investigations.
they're not gonna do nothing. I'm right now. I've been getting complaints about maggots. I've been getting complaints about wheat bugs. Somebody said it was wheat bugs. Somebody. It don't matter what it was. The fact that they were serving it and it's in your food. It should not be in your food. It should not be in your food, and that's a serious issue. I was told that about 2 weeks ago that the wardens was serving the food, and this was food that the warden was serving, and y'all complained, and they brushed it off. And what just so happened that on one of the other units they had a contraband phone and was able to take pictures, and they had posted it all over the social media site. So then now they go out and investigate because it's on the social media site. So it's a problem, it's an issue. So I get a phone call. I got a phone call asking me about the letter that I wrote. I wrote a letter. I sent it to the representative, whether they respond or not. They're gonna keep getting these letters. They're gonna keep every time I get a complaint, I'm gonna send a letter out. So they might as well get ready. They might as well get used to it. Until they do something about it. And I'm about to get everybody on board that's willing to write letters with me. And we about to start tag teaming, and we about to start tearing these people. We about to start knocking their doors down. I'm telling you, they gonna have to hire somebody to read their mail because it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
My law supposed to get outside rec 3 times a day. We don't get no outside rec. We haven't had outside rec 3 times in a day in almost 3 months. No outside rec whatsoever. You know what I mean? We get outside rec once every 3 months. Once a day. Every 3 months.
Well. So how are y'all showers done? Because I've gotten a complaint from one of the women units saying that they getting showers every 3 days. How you giving them showers every 3 days? They should take a shower every day. That's a basic human right.
We get showers every day here. We shower every day, but they keep telling us about the outside rec, and in the building they don't get day room like that. Rec because they say they're short staffed. They're always short staffed. They can't do outside rec. They can't do day room like they're supposed to.
So y'all can't do outside rec. Y'all can't have day room. Do y'all have any type of educational programs?
Barely. You know what I mean? Right now the school doesn't have any. Only educational program they got is GED right now. Yeah.
So if you got your GED, there's nothing else you can do.
Not right now, unless you put in for higher education and get transferred to another unit.
Wow.
As far as anything here, only thing here is GED. Once you get your GED, put in for something else and then move you to another unit. If they have what you want, that you looking for, whatever you is looking for.
So do they have any type of trade? Anything that you can?
Not in this unit, but in other units.
So basically, they have to move you to another unit.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's nothing that they.
And then
So
when that happens, you'll be on a waiting list, though. You know, tell them how long the waiting list is. It'll be a waiting list. 6
so
months
that
to a year.
the unit you're at, just a unit just to be at, to just do time.
Exactly.
There's no rehabilitation, no opportunities, no nothing. You just there doing time. So
Nothing at
if
all like
if
that.
you if you don't have the will to do nothing, then you could just waste away right now.
Exactly.
It's-
Self rehabilitation. That's it.
wow. So that would explain why I'm hearing a lot of um,
Exactly.
suicides, and
Yep.
I've yet to hear anybody talk about it in the news. I've yet to hear the report about it, but every time somebody come on the show, they're talking about a suicide. McConnelly, for about 2 weeks, the every it seemed like every Monday, they was coming on there telling me that somebody had committed suicide on Friday. Somebody just committed suicide right before they come on there, and these most of these people are life coaches over in the thing, so they are ones that have to go and roam and talk to these people and stuff. And I've been hearing them saying that they want them to start watching these people and sitting and looking. I said that's not. I don't think that's right. That's not a qualification of an inmate
Exactly.
to be watching another inmate that's maybe suicidal.
Man.
Then what if they still commit suicide on your watch? Then they gonna want to blame you.
Exactly.
So no, that I don't think they should be having that responsibility. Um, wow, I'm telling you,
Especially they not getting paid for it. You know what I mean?
no, they don't even want to like. I don't see SSIs and all these people. At least they can be giving them some time cuts, something, some kind of incentive. Like it should be some type of incentive for people that are doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm not giving up on the governor in this executive order, because if you can send $11 million to Mississippi to house inmates, then you can take those $11 million and pour it into the state of Texas. And that's what
That's
these
good.
people, the state of Texas, need to be aware of what's going on right up under their nose. They taking money away from y'all to another state, and then this is no, send these people home.
That's right.
That's eligible to go home. Like, what is a 60 and 70-year-old gonna do out here except for try to live what little bit of life they have left? And that's what I want people to understand. Well, I want to thank you for stopping by, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, second.
Thank you. I tell you, according to a report by the Innocence Project, wrongful convictions are not uncommon in the state of Texas. In fact, in 1989 to 2019, there have been 82 wrongful convictions resulting in years of unjust incarceration. The Paroles Board inflexible approach has failed to acknowledge the unique circumstances of these individuals, and it has perpetrated a cycle of injustice. Y'all, these are just a tad bit of the stories and the things that are taking place within the TDCJ, the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. I'm telling you, this is nothing that nobody is telling me. I'm witnessing this for myself. I'm getting the phone calls. I talked to individuals. I was on the phone with the ombudsman. I talked to individuals that told me about the maggots and about the warden serving them this food. And they asked the warden, "Really? This is what y'all serving us?" They laughed, they shrugged it off. And this is what they doing. They write grievances, and what they tell them, insufficient evidence, not enough evidence. They keep blocking these people. Y'all, these are people too. They are humans. They have rights, and their rights are being violated. That's time out. It's time out. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Y'all, I urge you, if you are in the state of Texas, it's time to demand accountability from your elected officials. You need to write your local representatives, raise awareness in your community. Y'all, these are your family members. These are your loved ones that are incarcerated. Support the organizations that are fighting for criminal justice. Y'all, there are so many organizations that are fighting for criminal justice and are fighting for the rights of those that are wrongfully and overly incarcerated. Y'all, together, we can work towards a fair and just parole system, judicial system that is truly, I'm telling you, reform. There can be rehabilitation and redemption. Y'all, it's not too late. Just like it took decades for these people to begin this corruption, they've been doing it for 3 to 4 decades. Y'all, it's time out for it. It's time for a change. And we have our next guest on the line. If you would, please introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Robert Charles Jackson, and I'm in Texas prison up at Connolly Unit. Okay, and well, I'm trying to share my story of what happened to me in Dallas County, and I was arrested on 6509 for assault of my living girlfriend, and this was due to I was wrong. I had another woman in the house, called me enough with. And so she got mad and asked me to take her to the hospital. She said that her contact was up in her eye. And so I took her to the hospital. She went in and told the people that I had assaulted her. I didn't know that this is what she was doing, so I was arrested. This was 6509. 7 days later, I was let out, which was 6/12/09, due to lack of evidence. But I was given a protective order. Well, I had some very valuable things in the house, and I wanted to get them, and I went and got them. I was rearrested again on what they call a token charge. And then this was case MA, well, they had changed it to 0955976. From the first case, which MA 0957598. And then what happened was I was in jail after the arrest for the token, and a year later I went to trial and it was found not guilty of it. So what they did was they gave me a probation, and I never got out on it. I was sitting in jail waiting to get out on this probation and never got out. And my court-appointed lawyer came back and told me we were going to trial. And I asked him, how is that? He said, yeah, you got an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And I said, well, how do I have that? And I've been in here a year on the token charge. He said, well, they went back to the date of what they had dropped for lack of evidence. The case, which was MA, see, I got it written down, MA 0957598. 57598, yeah. And he said they went to and upscaled the charges. I said, well, how did they do that if I've been in jail a whole year? How could this person have a serious eye injury? And they said, oh, well, they say they got evidence. I said, okay. So we waited and waited, and I finally went to trial. Then I was found guilty of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. They said my hands was a weapon, and I took martial arts, which there was no evidence in trial for it. The girl had said that I hit her so hard I caused brain damage, head injuries, and all that. Well, they found out in trial that wasn't true due to the medical record, but they still wouldn't get a medical doctor, an expert doctor, to prove that these injuries, that the scratch, which was called corneal abrasion, was already an old injury due to her vision, which was 2010 vision, which is exceptional vision. So I asked my lawyer, I said, man, why can't we get an expert medical witness? And he said, well, due to you being an indigent inmate, court-appointed attorneys, you are not allowed to have expert medical witness. I didn't know anything about law or anything about court like that, so I accepted it blindly. Well, we went to court. I got tried. I got given. They gave me 4 years aggravated. Of course, I do have a record from. I grew up as a wild kid with no father being a bad kid, you know. So they used all that on me and everything. They gave me 40 years aggravated. It just never happened. I never did anything to this girl at all. But I remember one day we were laying together talking, and she kept wiping her eyes with a paper towel, and I asked her what was wrong. And she said, well, some years ago, the baby had scratched her in the eye with played car keys. And so, you know, maybe that's what it was, but it was evident that her vision was so good at the time she was getting physical because it wasn't about no eye attack, it was about a choking. So, but if it had been about the eye, she could have played like she could see so well at the time. Anyway, the whole result of the thing is that I got given all this time, you know, in Dallas County. I mean, maybe it was why because Dallas County is a racially motivated county. You know, a lot of the jury trials was based on racial motivation, you know. And I don't believe in racism, but I found out through a report that came out a while back that that that's the way it is, you know. So I tried to, I was given an attorney for appeal, and she never really did anything at all. And right now I'm just asking if I could have someone to, you know, help me file something to get me back in court, give me a lawyer that would really be fair for me so that I could get out of here, you know, because at the age that I'm at now, I still won't get out because I'm, you know, well into my 60s, you know, for something, you know, that was, I mean, I was wrong for being, you know, promiscuous, you know, especially in the place that we lived in. That was my fault. But, you know, this girl didn't have to lie on me like that. She didn't have to say that. And I've never been a boxer or a karate person at all. And so I'm reaching out, you know, to someone who will do the right thing, you know, and give me, you know, help me get the justice that I deserve because I really do deserve it. And, you know.
So what classified, what made, who authorized them? How did they label your hands as a deadly weapon?
Because in trial, they asked the girl, how long have y'all been together? She said, oh, well, we was together for a while. And he had trophies in the house, boxing and karate trophies. So maybe that was coerced through the DA or whatever, because I never had none of that. So instead of them investigating it, no, they went on and did not even check to see if that was true. And it's still in the transcript, so that means that they used it as true. And even after in trial, when they found out that the third damage that he claimed I did, they didn't find it on the medical record. They still got it in the transcript. So, you know, there's a lot of dirty work done, you know. And so I had told him about, you know, the other girl, and the DA didn't want the other girl to come to trial, and then my manager that I worked for my job came and testified. He is also a minister in the church. And he told him that this girl was coming up on this job several times trying to see who this other girl was. And he said that she had said all kind of things about me that he witnessed himself that hadn't been true about me, you know. And he said, this man is a bodybuilder. I'm looking at the arms on this man. I don't see him being any drug addict like she says he is. He comes to work on time, you know. And I gave her money. I kept her house fixed for her and everything. But it was still like I was messing with this other young lady, which, okay, I was. But she started doing all this crazy stuff like that. I wish I had never done that, you know, but that cost me all this time and stuff like that. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
And I'm sitting up here with all this time, you know. And, you know, I've been gone ever since, that's in 08. So, you know, and, you know, I really need somebody. I tried to attack it myself, but I am not vested in the law at all. I really didn't know what I was doing. I was just going to the law library every day trying to, you know, do best as I could because I couldn't afford an attorney. And so, but yeah, and then I'm trying to see if I can get someone to help me, you know, to go back in there, you know.
Wow. So you're needing someone to get you back into court, or what is it that you're needing?
Yeah, I'm needing to go back in court, and I'm needing to get, you know, the subpoena to subpoena an expert witness, and also to, you know, bring the people back. The one person that testified on my behalf was my manager, you know, and he can testify to how this girl was coming up on the job and everything. Then all the evidence is already there about a line about nerve damage and a line about me calling her. And the man even proved on me in court. He said, well, all these phone calls were coming from your phone to his phone. So So if you're afraid of this man being hurt, why was you calling this man that many umpteen times? You know, and I was trying to stay away from it, you know. So she did what she could do to get me down there. That was evidence that was used, but they never even gave credit to it either, you know. I mean, they didn't use it, but it was brought up in court. You know, if you're afraid of me, if I'm trying to hurt you, why are you calling me every day, all day like that? I'm trying to be away from you.
I mean, that should have been a red flag on your behalf. It should have. It
Yeah,
should have. A light should have went out to, well, okay, well, maybe there might be some truth to what this man is saying.
yeah,
Like,
and it's in the transcript. And then the lawyer even said that the woman DA was didn't care about it. She even told my lawyer, "Why didn't you get a medical doctor?" He said, "Oh, well, why didn't you?" She said, "You got the same subpoena power I do." That's in the transcripts also. So that lets you know I didn't get a fair trial at all. I deserved a fair trial. You know, so I didn't know it. He could have subpoenaed an expert witness doctor, and there's no way I would have made it down there because they know no one could see that well with a fresh punch in the eye, which caused a scratch on the retina. There would be no way you would have 20/10 vision, which is exceptional vision. You know.
wow.
Yeah. So here I am, a victim of old cricket Dallas County. You know.
The whole state of Texas is crooked because
Yeah.
this is a pattern. This is a pattern.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it
Yeah. And at
is
the
a
time,
pattern.
Craig Watkins was the leading attorney, district attorney, but he didn't know anything about it. I had been trying to write him. I never heard that back. But it was the assistant DA that did all this. She knew, you know, these people been running this kind of court, facilitating court for many years. They are experts. They know when they got a bona fide, legit claim, and they know when it's a wash, you know. And so, yeah, they knew it was all dirty. It was corrupt, the whole thing. Yeah, so, you know, I'm just asking, reaching out, trying to get some help, you know, get me back in court, get me a lawyer, you know, it can happen if somebody would, just give me the help that I need. I've been trying to study a little bit on law, but I'm very limited in that. But, that's what I need. I need to get back in that court.
Well, we definitely gonna be sharing your story. Hopefully, someone will hear this and be able to assist. Maybe someone that's in school. We have some colleges, some college students that's doing law school. So hopefully, one of them may be tuning in and pique their interest or pique their group interest or somebody's interest, and they want to get involved. But I'm
Right,
going to be
right,
sharing it. I am planning a trip to Texas soon. The beginning of the year, we're going to be doing some rallies, some marches, and some community events, trying to bring some awareness and getting some individuals together to be a part of what is going on and bring awareness, hopefully, to get some of these legislators and some of these representatives um, on their job because
right,
it's going to
right,
take them to do what they supposed to do. Hold them accountable.
right,
That's our job.
right,
That's what we're going to be
right.
doing, making them be accountable for those laws that they have in place that they are not withholding and upholding. So
Right, right.
that's what we're going to be doing. So I
That'll
definitely
be a wonderful
thank
thing.
you for
And
stopping
that, you know,
by.
by the grace of God, yeah, I mean, I'm grateful that I had this opportunity to share this story, you know, and like I said, by the grace of God, somebody will hear it and will be touched to take action to assist me, you know, and that's one thing I pray for every day. Yeah, I mean, I guess like we said, you know, one lady told me she supposed to had a bill over her face, and she told me, she said, "I feel vision." She said, "Don't let this case bother you." She said, "You're gonna be all right." Yeah, she said, "Just be patient." She said, "God is gonna lift you out of this." You know? And I said, I didn't even know that she knew something was wrong, man. So that's what made me believe. So I'm still hopeful that I'll have that blessing, and get there.
And he is.
Yes, I
He's
believe
yet
it.
working. He's yet
I
working.
really believe it.
He is yet
Yes,
working.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So
I know he is.
just keep the faith and just hold on. Help is
Yes, I
our
will.
help has arrived. Help has
That's
arrived.
right.
Help has
You know, I
arrived.
chose to leave. And is it okay if I leave a number to be contacted by, or is that accepted or what?
Yeah, you can say whatever.
Okay, and the number that I should be contacted at, it would be my mother's home, and the number is 972-821-2949. And she's in DeSoto, Texas. It's really Dallas County, but it's DeSoto, Texas, the city of DeSoto. And I mean, if someone decides to help me, it would be good to contact you that way, or you can write me a letter here at this unit. Of course, the letters don't come directly here; they go to a PO box in Dallas. That's why I felt moved to put the number out there. So, but
And
other than that,
DeSoto,
I'm very
Texas,
thankful.
that's where Representative Carl O. Sherman, that's where he represents that place,
Oh,
DeSoto. So
mm-hmm.
Carl Representative Carl O. Sherman. Yeah, we coming for you.
Carl Ocean.
Carl O. Sherman.
Okay,
Yes.
Carl Ocean. Let me
Yeah,
write
he
that down
he
right
he
now.
follows the Free Texas campaign. He always giving us
Okay,
thumbs up some stuff. This is a situation that we need your thumb up on this one. So if you hearing
right,
this,
right, right.
we need you, sir, to get involved.
I'm trying
We
to
don't just need your
say it.
thumbs
I know.
ups. We need you to get involved. We need you to speak up and stand up and hold your counterparts accountable. That's what we need you to do. So yeah, he is
And
the
that
representative from DeSoto. He's from DeSoto.
Carl Ocean.
Carl O.
Okay,
Sherman. Yes,
okay.
DeSoto. It's DESOTO.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's where he from.
That's it.
That's
Yes, ma'am.
the place he represents, DeSoto.
And I'm gonna make sure I
Carl
put
O.
that
Sherman
behind me.
Senior. He's a senior.
Okay. All right. So yeah, he may have a junior at work too around there.
So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that truly impressive though to have something come about like this. Cause I think that's I already know that is God's power working. Because he sees something corrupt like that, and he didn't put man in places or positions like that to continue to be corrupt and use people that can't afford the proper attorneys or anything like that. Like they said, if you'd have had money to get an attorney, you wouldn't even be in there. But these
exactly.
lawyers that have to do that pro bono service, they just do whatever just for their little check and go on to the next one. Yeah. So.
Well, we putting the plea out there. The plea has been
I know.
made, and we just need people to be accountable. We just need people to do their jobs and to stand up and to do what they've been elected to do. Because if they
That's
don't
right.
do what they've been elected to do, we finna get them up out of there. Just plain
That's
point
right.
blank.
Let's replace that. Yes,
Period.
ma'am.
We getting them up
I
out of there.
receive that.
We're gonna get some people in there that want to do what they're supposed to do and truly have the people at heart, because that's what it's all about. It's not about
That's
that
right.
$250,000 that they pocket in salary. That's what they all getting in there for. But they're getting in there for the wrong reason. So
For
it's
the
time
wrong
for them
reason.
to put that put their money where their mouth at. But I thank you for stopping by. And I want to thank everyone that has tuned in to the Crew Podcast. We truly, truly appreciate y'all. Y'all, we are winding down. We are winding down. In exactly 19 more days, we will be closing out our first season of the Crew Podcast. And I definitely want to thank you guys for supporting us on this journey as we take a hiatus. We're going to be taking the month of January off, and we will relaunch on February the 1st. I'm telling you, we're going to have some exciting new hosts that's going to be a part of the network. And we're going to be bringing back the 6 amazing founding hosts of the Crew Podcast. So I'm telling you, we have some amazing things lined up for you guys for 2024. We're going to be out on the road. So you may see us in a city and state near you. We're going to New York. We're going to Texas. We're headed to Illinois. We're headed to Florida, Alabama, and Georgia. So I'm telling you, y'all better mark your calendars and be prepared to stop by and celebrate with the Crew Podcast and Aspiring Authors Magazine. Y'all, we are the change that we desire to see in this world. So be that change. Y'all, thank you for tuning in tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night. I have CEO and founder of Trinity Christian Education, Beverly White. She started her own school, y'all. Yes, she started her own school, K through 12th grade, and she's doing an amazing job. She has some amazing students that has graduated and went on and did some amazing things. She's going to be stopping by tomorrow night. So y'all tune in live, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you guys and thank you for tuning in. See you guys tomorrow night.